Hello, so in this video, we're going to be learning how to access our Zoom meetings. So if you're watching this video, it's because you clicked on updates, or maybe you saw it come up here in the bell, an update, and this update had a file in it. It's going to read this. It's going to look like this, but it's going to have a monthly Zoom meeting ID schedule attached or inside of this. Um, Obviously, I haven't posted it yet, but it's going to look something like this. That's if you're watching this video, you already clicked on this, but you click on that file and it's going to take you to something that looks like this. Let me zoom out. It is a schedule. It is a schedule for the rest of April. And what is it a schedule for? Well, all of your teachers, we are going to be either meeting with you over Zoom or whatever other way that they prefer. Um, I believe that for our program, meaning if your teachers are Ms Larios, Ms Carbajal and Ms Larios, or myself, we're all going to be using Zoom. So, but maybe some of your other teachers might not. But for most of us, this is what is going to happen. So, and all students at Adams are going to have a similar schedule like this. So, you will all, every single day, and now remember, these are my links. This is Ms. Arroyo, but basically all your teachers will look like this too. Every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I guess not every single day, not Friday, just Monday through Thursday. At 9 a.m., you are going to meet with your homeroom teacher over Zoom or over whatever way they prefer. And that's at 9 a.m. You check in with your homeroom teacher. I don't have a homeroom, so I didn't put my homeroom information there because I don't have one. So that's every day, okay? Then you're going to go to your period 1. I don't have a period 1, that's my conference period, so I didn't post any kind of information or links like I did over here because I don't have a class. But you would be going to your period 1 at 9:30 and meeting over Zoom with that teacher or whatever way that they prefer. So let's go ahead, and my very first Zoom meeting will be with my period 3 at 11:30 a.m. So at 11:30 a.m., if you're in my period 3, I expect you to be logging on to Zoom um, to have any questions. I will be taking attendance during this time. So know that that's been counted there. So there are 2 ways that you can do this. And if you want to go through this document, you can, but there's another way that may be easier, and I'll try to show you both. So for period 3, if you click this, let's see what happens. I'm going to click this link. If you're in my period 3 and it's 11:30 a.m. on Monday, you might want to click this. It's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. And just ignore that. It's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. So you're going to be able to do 2 things. So pay attention. If nothing pops up, it popped up for me. This popped up for me because I already have Zoom downloaded. So if you have Zoom downloaded, something like the message that you saw earlier pop up for me will pop up for you. But if you do not have Zoom downloaded yet, then it's going to ask you to go ahead and download and run Zoom. And I think that's the best way to do this. It just makes things a lot more quicker. You're skipping all these steps. If you notice, when I click that link, I went back over here. When I click this link, what happened? This is what happened. It opened up this web page and it automatically popped the meeting up for me in that box. If I wanted to, I could have just started with that box because I already have it downloaded, and that would have been it. So if you don't have it downloaded, I recommend that you do, okay? And that should take maybe, I don't know, maybe about 1 or 3 minutes for you to download that. Then you can just go ahead and be in the meeting. If, however, you don't want to download it, or you cannot download it for whatever reason, then you can click this one right here, start from your browser. What does start from your browser mean? It means that instead of downloading a program, like instead of downloading Chrome, instead of downloading Spotify, instead of downloading PDF Adobe, instead of downloading PowerPoint, instead of downloading a program, you can just start it from this browser here. This, in case you don't know, is called a browser. Anytime you type something into here and it takes you to a website, that's called a browser. So you can start it just straight from your browser. So let's see what happens if I do that. You see, it went directly and it just straight opened it in my browser. Now that's because I was already logged on. That's because I was already logged on. But for you, probably what it will ask you to do is sign in. And let me see, this is where I should have logged on. Let me see if I can log off to show you. Let me see. No, it's not going to let me do it, but okay, I'll add it from another recording that I did earlier, and hopefully that'll be helpful. But back to this. So once you get onto, that's one way to get on the Zoom. So one way to get on the Zoom is to go from this document and just follow this. So if you're in period 3 on Mondays and Wednesdays, you will meet at 11:30. Period 3, 11:30 Monday. Period 3, 11:30 Wednesday. That's why it's blue. That's why it's blue. Same thing. If you're in my period 5 at 1:45, you will meet on Monday through this link. If that's one way to do it. Period 5, 1:45 on Wednesday. So they repeat the same classes on Monday, same classes on Wednesday. For Tuesday, it is the absolute same thing. So Tuesday classes are the same as Thursday classes. First thing you do is you check in with your homeroom teacher at 9 a.m. Then period 2 at 9:30 a.m. You can click the link. That's one way to do it. Period 4 at 11:30, period 6 at 1:45, and it repeats on Thursday. I hope that is clear to you. Now on Fridays, you will be needing to complete assignments, catch up with work, and just finish anything you haven't done. And also just know that all of your teachers should be making themselves available from 11:45 to 12:45 p.m. on Friday. So for 1 hour, I'm going to choose to be meeting with students through Zoom. So and this is open to all of my students. So if you're in my period 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, you can stop by any time during this time. You can click on this link and it'll take you to the meeting to meet with me. And again, each of your teachers should be available from this time too. So maybe you only need to ask me like a quick 2-minute question. You don't have to stay for an hour. You just log in, say, hey, Ms. Arroyo, I have this question. I'll answer it if you want. And then maybe you have a question for Ms. Carbajal. Then you go to her Zoom meeting for Friday. So she'll have a link like this on Fridays too. You'll go to her link and then you can ask her questions. And you don't have to stay the whole time. Monday through Thursday, though, I do expect you to stay there for the entire half an hour because I'll be explaining things. I want you to listen if other students have questions. So I do expect you to stay for half an hour Monday through Thursday. But on Friday, it is optional. You do not have to. Okay, on Friday, that's only if you have questions and your teachers are going to be available for 1 hour. Okay, that's one way of going to Zoom. The other way of, probably the easier way of, of going to Zoom is this. Let's say, okay, you should all know by now how to get to this screen. This is the materials under your course. Right now I chose period 4, it's randomly. So you are in materials, you should see, this is where you've been getting your assignments. You did week 3 already, you're in week 4, or you will be approaching week 4. These links are going to be there for the rest of the time that we're online, both of these. The first link is a Zoom video link. So for example, period 4 meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11:30. So at 11:30, my period 4 on Tuesdays and Thursdays can click this link and it will take them to the Zoom meeting. Let's see what happens if we click the link. It's going to take you to a screen that looks like this, and basically it's going to repeat the same meeting over and over and over. So if you look over here, Tuesday, April 14th, Thursday, April 16th, Tuesday, April 21, Thursday, April 23rd. So it's basically the meetings are programmed already. But the only one that you can go to is the next one. This is the next one. The first meeting I'm going to have with my period 4 is going to be on Tuesday, April 14th. And so that is the only one that's going to have a start button. So that is the one that you always have to click, the one that has a start button. Do not worry about these other ones. Once this date passes, this one will erase, and then the next one will be this one, and now this one will have a start button here. So you just click start. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it should take you right to it. You can sign in. If it asks you to sign in, and this goes for the other way as well when we open it for the browser, if it asks you to sign in, make sure you sign in with SSO. That means single sign-on. This is your email and password for Schoology. It's the same thing. It's going to ask you sign in with SSO, enter your company domain. Okay, your company domain is LAUSD. That's it. So you put LAUSD if it asks you. And I believe mine is already connected. Yeah, mine is already connected. So, you know, it didn't ask me for my email and password, but it might ask you for your email and password. And if it does, then just go ahead and enter it. Okay, let me exit this. Back over here. So that's all you would need to do in order to go and access a Zoom meeting. Remember, I'm available if you need help. You can use this button or message me, put in a comment if you need help or support with accessing Zoom. And I hope it's not too difficult. I hope that you guys use your tech savviness, you know, that like you guys are good at using phones and all of that to be able to download this and go through with this, hopefully. But if not, we're here to support. Thank you.